One failed recording later, and Costume Quest 2. Portals, fun. This is the end of the. This is at the end of the Grubbins on Ice. He's DLC where you end off in. They're talking about going into the portal, but they're a little worried. Oh, I should probably turn this thing off. Okay, back to not having that there. They're worried about something being wrong there because it may be dangerous. Of course, sibling arguments. Everett says, or Lucy says, coin flip. Everett flips a coin. And then you get to choose who gets to be the main character. I'll just be Reynold again. That is one of the few bits of dialogue that actually just progresses with no choice whatsoever. And they're going, oh, hey, it's Halloween. Go home. It wasn't Halloween when they left, though. Little bit of time dilation. You know, fun. And someone in the background. And this is about where I had to pause the video and decided to just restart, which happens. That's Dr. White. Why so fidgety? Suspicious. He's a dentist. Reynold doesn't like licorice. I like red licorice, but black licorice, not so much. Kinda doesn't taste good to me. You can go around talking to people, including your parents, who are like, you haven't been gone long at all. Also, we're planning a party. Also, this ability from the robot, very useful. Now just a default ability that you can use at any time, which is cool. The usual, you can break things with your bag, or hit garbage cans, etc., etc. Talking to people is always fun. But let's actually continue the story. He's going, I do not like people doing this. And there seems to be a weird guy here. Cutscene time. Being a little rude. Hey, look. Looks like Oral White DDS. Of course. Oral and White. Dentist. White teeth, etc., etc. He was not supposed to be here, however. Yeah. That doesn't even make any sense. I did play this last year in just on my own time, so I've beaten this. I've actually beaten it a couple of times. Messing around with his clock. Man, and there's just gonna be problems all over. And for some reason, he just I don't think he likes candy. That's all. And now suddenly he has a talisman. The talisman creates monsters. In other words, he traveled through time and messed up the timeline. Oh no, not again. And Trick or Treat bag went away. And so did the costumes. Time travel again. Uh, hey, look! That guy looks familiar. You may know him from the first episode. Episode? That doesn't even make any sense. The first game. However, you don't realize who he is at first. Unless you just put together the pieces. Which is relatively easy, so why wouldn't you? Suddenly, we're in a house. And of course, he never lands on his feet. Now we're in the future. They know us. Everett and Lucy are friends from the first game. And they're married. Yeah, they were hinting at this type of thing in the first game. But they need some help with something more urgent. And of course, they've stashed some costumes because for some reason costumes are evil in this future. I got a quest, which I can just look at by pressing Y and RB. And just, they brought us to the future to help with something. And get some costumes. I still like this ability. He being just default instead of only robot. Hey look, candy corn! There's actually an achievement for wearing that candy corn costume the entire game with one of your characters. Which is an interesting little achievement. Interesting character. No candy, no costumes. Overlord White. The dental drones. Now, time to show a little bit of combat. And shows this, which, yeah. And then it shows you how the combat has changed. Press it just as the circle is going around, is hitting the outer circle hits the inner circle while attacking. Press the Y button, or actually, it's the button appropriate to the character, depending on the lineup. And that time I got a little better of one because I got it even closer. And now this shows how you can weaken attacks, which also changed. You have to be, I think it's changed. Oh yeah, it is more precise, but also only one type of action ever. There's no three different types of attacks and three different types of defenses, which is good in some ways, bad in others. And looks like he's going to help us use our special ability, which is, in the case of the superhero, sweet justice, which is throwing a bus full of candy. There may be people in there, and that's a lot of damage to do to actual people. So it's kind of bad. But I think that does it for episode 1 of my new Let's Play, Costume Quest 2. So, and you can just talk to him. All technology can be punched. Might hurt a little, and I'll leave you with that. Until next time, no idea how to do an outro. See ya.